For over a century, Tiger teams and athletes have represented Hastings High in the arenas of athletic competition. The orange and black is known throughout the state for its tenacity, its enthusiasm, its skill, and its competitive fire. Tonight, we again celebrate the proud history of Hastings sports with our third group of honorees in the Hastings Tiger Athletic Hall of Fame. Gil Young led the Tigers to the 1931 Class A State Track Championship, winning gold medals in the 220, the half-mile relay, and both hurdle races. He was a two-time state champ in the low hurdles and set the state record as a senior. He also starred in football at HHS. Young ran track at the University of Washington, where he set an NCAA hurdle record and qualified for the 1936 United States Olympic Trials. Dick Beecher scored a rare double as an all-state football player and state tennis champion. Beecher led the 1956 Tigers within one win of the state football championship and was selected All Big Ten. He was a five-time conference tennis champion and was a state runner-up as a sophomore. In basketball, he was co-captain of the state semifinal team and earned yet another all-conference honor. He played American Legion baseball for 3 summers, leading the team in hitting as they won state and regional titles. He was a 3-year letterman in baseball at the University of Nebraska. Joyce McVicker was a pioneer in girls athletics and a multiple-time state champion in United States Tennis Association competition, winning 4 singles state championships. She became one of the first women ever to earn an athletic scholarship at the University of Nebraska, where she was a regional singles and doubles champion and led the Huskers to the Big 8 tennis championship. In high school, McVicker was a member of the first ever Tiger volleyball team. Mark McVicker was a basketball all-stater for the Tigers and led them to the state tournament in his senior year. His 919 points set the school career record. On the track, McVicker was a 2-time Big Ten Conference discus champion and twice finished third at the state meet. He was a 3-year player for the American Legion baseball Hastings Chiefs and a 4-year basketball letterman at the University of Nebraska, where he started as a senior. Terry Smith was a dominant 400-meter runner at Hastings High. She was undefeated in the race as a senior, winning the all-class gold medal in a time that still stands as the school record. She was a starter for the Big Ten East Division champions in basketball and also a standout in volleyball. She was named an Omaha World Herald Athlete of the Year finalist in 1982. As a senior, Bo Butenbach quarterbacked the Tiger football team to the Class A state playoff championship and led the basketball team to the state semifinals. He was a 3-year starter and all-state in both sports, playing in the state championship basketball game as a sophomore. He tied McVicker's career scoring record and holds the record for points in a single game. He played Division I basketball at Cornell of the Ivy League. Coach Dwight Thomas led the Tigers to the 1931 State Track Championship and state runner-up finishes in basketball in 1929, 1932, and 1933. He was the Tiger head coach in football, basketball, and track for 13 years. Thomas was also an accomplished musician, playing in John Philip Sousa's band while in the military. He died in a plane crash while serving in the Army during World War II. Coach Earl Appleby led Hastings teams that captured 5 state championship trophies. He coached the Tigers to the 1954 Class A state basketball title and the American Legion baseball program to championships in 1953, 1956, 1958, and 1960. He won 425 baseball games in Hastings, while his basketball teams won 120 games, 7 district titles, and 6 conference championships. He was also a football assistant for 11 years and the head coach for 4 more. Coach Les Hamburger led the girls' track program through the 1980s, taking them to top 10 finishes at state 4 times. The 1984 Tigers' 4th-place finish is the best in school history. He also served Tiger athletics as an assistant coach in basketball and football. As freshman boys coach from 1979 to 1988, his teams won 3 conference titles and 63 games. Beyond the wins and losses, Coach Hamburger, a 1957 Hastings High graduate, was known for his humility and for the life lessons he taught all his athletes and his phys ed students at Longfellow. The Tiger Gymnastics dynasty was an incredible 21-year-long run of excellence, from 1940 to 1960, when they won 6 state championships and finished as runners-up 4 other years. Coach Ernie Joe Cummings led the Tigers to the 1940 and 41 championships, behind individual medalists Willard Pettis and Delmar Friend. Coach Hal Krazan's Tigers captured state titles in 1949 and 1951 as Jerry Anderson, Don Ermacher, Bob Nelson, Ken Hegwood, and Deo Carmichael won individual titles. Hastings again won back-to-back titles in 1959 and 1960 as Coach Don Langdon led his Tigers and 2-time all-around champion Dennis Albers. HHS gymnasts won 41 individual state titles and 7 all-around gold medals during this amazing run. Under Coach Steve Bendis, Hastings won 5 state golf championships and 11 conference titles in the 9 years from 1958 to 1965. Larry Barnes and Tommy Thompson won individual medals, while many Tigers claimed state medals during this amazing period of Tiger golf success. Join the Tiger family tomorrow night as we induct these athletes and teams and coaches into the Hastings High Athletic Hall of Fame.